It is said that the strongest principle of growth lies in the human choice, and today I was making a choice. As a realism player, I'd never delved into the world of Path Titans PvP. I don't know the feeling of fear that death could be around any corner. Been protected by rules to value life, but today I was going to experience PvP, and I was going to willingly do it. I had decided quite early into logging onto the server that I was going to play a creature I'd never played before. Dimitrodon became my choice. I know nothing of its strengths or weaknesses, it just looked cool with the sail on its back. We start the story in Whistling Columns, a place I'm only partially familiar with. I quickly realised that this server had passive growth and passive marks. But to get the skin I wanted, I would need to quest. Hunting critters was an easy enough quest. I thought taking down 3 of them in quick succession. During these hunts, I'd heard other creatures roaming around, but had seen nothing. I thought it best that I leave the area, rather than fall prey to an ambush. I was, after all, just a juvenile. Survival would be impossible against anything fully grown, so I took the decision to risk the openness of the Grand Plains. But to get there, I would need to pass through Ambush Central, the Dark Woods. Finally, I arrived at the Grand Plains. Dark Woods had proven to be rather uneventful, besides growing into my adolescent stage. I now had new abilities to help in surviving what was to come. As I stepped out to look over the plains, it quickly became apparent that this was a dangerous area. Smilodons roamed the grasslands, Deinosuchus and Sarcosuchus patrolled the waters. A Layton could be heard in the distance, and a Spinosaurus lay resting on the cliffside, sporting near fatal wounds that could have only come in a recent fight. Heading here could prove to be a mistake. My first interaction on the plains came as I attempted to cross the land bridge into the main plains itself. I was nervous. A Deinosuchus had been following me across the bridge. One slip into the water and I was surely dead. Nevertheless, I proceeded carefully before I reached a rock that seemed suitable to rest, away from any potential danger. While I rested, admiring the view, an Andrewsarchus appeared in front of me. Nervously, I rose to my feet and backed myself against the cliff edge. I was prepared to jump if needed. The Andrewsarchus jumped as the Dino swam closer, before diving. Was the Andrewsarchus showing friendliness to me, or the Dino? I wasn't sure, but this was not a position I wanted to stay in. So I took a chance at sneaking behind the Andrewsarchus and onto the plains. I wandered across the Grand Plains, collecting flowers and mushrooms for a small boost in marks to unlock further abilities I needed to survive. An Amargasaurus can be heard in the distance, seemingly fighting for survival. I was tempted to go and investigate. However, I am still just a young sub-adult, and this isn't the place for investigations. Regardless, I kept my ears open as I tried to navigate around where I assumed this fight was happening. I was to later learn that despite the different dinosaur sounds in this clip, the Amargasaurus was fighting off two Hatzegopteryx, and the arrival of two more Amargs seemed to deter the attack in the end. As I reached the adult stage, I decided it was probably best for me to leave these death-filled plains and move towards a more quiet area. As I reached the outskirts, I saw a burrow. A small snack to fill my stomach for the journey sounds like a good plan. However, I soon realised that taking a small meal on the main highway between Birchwoods and Grand Plains as a small Dimetrodon was a very, very bad idea. Danger was approaching fast, and it was hungry. I heard them before I saw them. A Carnotaurus and a Mape, seemingly together. Quickly, I took a defensive position behind the burrow, hoping to hide. This was a mistake. My unmissable sail stuck out like a big arrow pointing to my location. I knew there was nothing left to do but run. Run and hope. So that's what I did. The appearance of the Hatzegopteryx scared me. I didn't see it as it landed and we collided, both taking damage, though I assume I took probably more. As I continued to run, with the Carnotaurus right behind, I noticed something peculiar. The Hatzegopteryx wasn't attacking me. It wanted the Carno. As the Carno tail rode me, I knew it was only a matter of time before I succumbed to my injuries. This was time for one last roll of the dice. I could see the water approaching. I knew that was my only potential escape. And to do it, I would need to enter the Dino and Sarco-infested waters to reach the other side. All while praying the Carno wouldn't follow me. I reached the other side, looking back to witness the continuing fight between Hatzegopteryx and my two original attackers. It was a lifeline for me. I was safe. I had made it. Although the damage done was extensive and would take a while to recover from, this was a milestone. I had survived my first fight on the Grand Plains. After I'd recovered some health, I decided to find a place to sleep, as it was getting late in real life and I would need to log relatively soon. I wandered down between Grand Plains and Titan's Pass looking for a suitable place to hide and then log. But not before one more interaction made me jump out of my skin. Oh, crap! Oh, that made me jump. Finally, I found a good spot to log. This was the end of my play session for the day, and while not overly eventful, it gave me a small glimpse into the reality of servers with very few rules. This was not realism. This was survival against mixed packing and more. A long throw from my normal playstyle. As time progresses, we will see more videos on the channel where I attempt to survive in PvP servers. As for this young Dimitrodon, we may see him again. If you would like to see him attempt to survive for longer, then please comment some names for him below. Thank you all for watching.